Hello boys and girls, how we doing? Let's do another pick a card. This is what we do. And today is gonna be where is the next step for both of you? Okay, so that could be, well, Wheel of Fortune almost came out. Here you have it. Okay, so let's go. Let's do this. £2. So what is the next step for both of you? Okay, that could be interesting. And that could be business as well as, relationship. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, let's go. Pile number 1. What's the next step for both of you? 3 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, the Moon. In my face. Right. So obviously right now it's very frustrating for both of you. Absolutely. Someone either is not engaging, not, opening up with a true intention, true feelings, true desire, whatever. Or is not making a decision between two. That explains the frustration. Of course. Whether for themselves or for yourself as well. Doesn't matter. So the next step is definitely to identify what is the issue, what is the problem. And that the truth has to come to the surface, and it will come to the surface, to that person, to yourself, to both of you. It's like the hidden part of the iceberg has to show up, and we need to know what is that all about, the nature of the blockage. Okay, so that's interesting. It's very romantic, the moons at the same time, so that's great, good news. But why be romantic if it's not truthful? She says, someone is gonna open up about their emotions, and they're gonna apologize maybe as well, but they're gonna reconnect with the truth, their emotions, because now they're aware of the truth, so they cannot be in that position. Here as well, you have the moon. Okay, so you have a moon twice. A lot of things that was hidden come to the surface, and it doesn't have to be dramatic, but it's the truth that maybe that person hasn't identified for themselves, no matter what. Okay, so apology and opening up. Maybe they gonna, male, female, doesn't matter. The King of Wands is someone who likes to have the attention from other people, and quite often, it's that person is quite often seen as a player, male, female, doesn't matter, again, right? But it's someone a little bit more, how can I say, anchored than we think. Yes, the energy is like, look at me, but deep inside is something a little bit more interesting, to put it bluntly. At the end of the day, what's going to happen is, yes, we're dropping a heavy weight. Absolutely. That image, that superficial thing ain't going to work. It's going to be like, okay, you know what? I'm not doing this anymore. It's a lot of ones at the end of the day. So it's a lot of fire in the belly, a lot of energy. And that realization, like, you know what? I'm refocusing on me. I'm becoming more myself. I don't take responsibility that don't belong to me. So either you follow me or you don't. Because there's so much, things coming to the surface. A lot of things as a result are going to come downhill. Because no, if it was out of balance, and not anymore. Yes, so you have a rebirth. I know it sounds really dramatic, death, but it's the end of something, the death of something, the death of what it was before, and the rebirth of something brand new, equal, and sincere and real. No more shadow work. I mean, the shadow work has to be done, but it's no shadows. That's what I'm trying to say here. It has to be real. It has to be open. No fluffing around. Because the frustration comes from the fact of not knowing. Like you suspect something, or you both suspect something, but you can't identify it totally until the person or both of you make that work. Then when you identify, you can deal with it. The not knowing is frustrating and it's very draining. So rebirth, very good. Okay, so that was pile number 1. Pile number 2. Okay, so what is the next step for both of you? That's it. Yes. The Devil, 9 of Pentacles, the Hangman. Okay, nice. Sounds dramatic, but nice, because right, there was a codependency. There was, it doesn't matter the nature of the codependency. It can be substances, of course, but it can be emotional codependency. It can be as well a lot of va-va-voom going on, a lot of attraction that completely blind the person, because that's all they see. There's also an idea of toxic attachment, and that does not work. That is not positive at all. So, because you're very resilient and you've been through a lot of things in your life, you've been around, and so you're about to receive the fruit of your labor, the reward. Yes, it's about going through maybe one more hurdle, one more things, but you've been around, you've done a lot of things, and nothing was actually given to you for free. So, you kind of used to the hard work, okay? But maybe there's so much hard work you want to take on this one. Because if someone is codependent to you and you do all the hard work, I ain't gonna work, okay? So, has to be a change of perspective. The way it is hanging in that kind of codependency and someone maybe is getting a little bit too comfortable, it's not gonna work. That has to be turned upside down, really, and change 100%. Because the hanging, you've been hanging for a long time in this kind of situation. It's like a standby, waiting for something to happen, waiting maybe for the other one to change. The change has to come from you, okay? So, bam, yes, absolutely. You very much know that you're supposed to be together, you're supposed to work together, you're supposed to be a success. This, you both are shining. You're shining very bright, and you can be very much unique to each other, which is beautiful. So it's worth working on it. And it's all about balancing the emotion here. The jar of water. Very important. This is what it is. That codependency has to be sorted. Cannot continue that way at all. Okay? Just because you are resilient doesn't mean that you have to take everything on your shoulder. Okay? No. All right. That is the next step. Next step is, okay, this time let's start again, let's start fresh, but this time it's going to be balanced, it's going to be nurtured, it's going to be equal, and we're going to see long term, because we know there is a fantastic potential here. Long term, definitely a lot of pentacle here. Yes, and it's going to be a success. I mean, come on, let's go. Right, so I want one more because yeah, okay, so that's the way. The next step is for one of you, both of you, to approach each other in a much more vulnerable and sincere way. Okay? You don't come in as like, oh yeah, look at me, this is what I'm decided. No, it's okay, let's have a conversation here. Let's try to make it work. We both know that we have something special here. Business or love doesn't matter. Let's work on it. But let's remove the toxicity, the attachment, or something that maybe is hanging still. Maybe someone from the past is still in the picture. Something is just has to go. It really has to go. And the change of perspective is huge. Once that is done, the sky is the limit. Big time. One more, because I'm very naughty. Very much. Yes. 5 of Swords is definitely that idea like, you're out of my league. So I don't behave properly, or I run towards my ex, or I kind of like go back to my old ways. When you actually, well, if you tackle your self-esteem, then you don't feel so, oh, you're out of my league, so then this is my excuse just to run away or do whatever stupid stuff. If you work on yourself, and both of you, one of you, whatever, it doesn't matter, then your self-esteem is making you able to tackle no matter what, and whoever that is, bring it on, right? The lack of self-worth make people do stupid things really, and waste a lot of time. So think about it. All right, on this note, have a beautiful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao.